Let's take a look at how to reach out and communicate with other ISBR members. I'm going to start with groups. So going into my profile, clicking on groups, I just happen to be a member of all the groups today. But ISBR has a lot of groups, and chances are good you'll be a member of one if you aren't already. There are committee groups, special interest groups, working groups, task force groups, and you may even be inspired to start a group someday. So let's go in and have a look at the informatics working group. Each group gets its own subsite effectively on the ISBR community, and this is the home page of the informatics working group. We have a little welcome message and some links at the top, and then there are a variety of components here. One is the forum, one is the group feed or group wall. So let's take a look at some of the ways that you could reach out and communicate with other members of a group that you're a member of. Now, one really easy way is through the directory. When you click on the directory, it immediately brings up everybody who's in your group. And you can look at them one at a time. You can take a look at their snapshot here. And even when you're just looking at a snapshot, you can send a message. You can view the profile. You can invite this person to be a connection of yours, and we'll come back to connections in a little while. But you can also drill down into the profile and see more about the person, see anything that they may have added, see anything that's part of their profile that may interest you. You can even use the links in their profile to bounce around to other profiles. But that's sort of a one at a time connection, a one at a time communication. What if you want to communicate with more people at one time? All the groups are able to create as many forums as they want, and all the groups begin with a general discussion forum. So here we are in the general discussion forum of the informatics working group, and you can see that there are some topics that have been raised and that people have come in and talked about them. Remember, just like in the ISBR all-member forum, you can subscribe to updates and receive an email anytime there's activity on the forum. One of the most important things to remember about forums is that their content is indexed and becomes searchable on the website. So if you want to create any kind of content that becomes part of the resource that the site represents, use your forums. Contribute to the discussion, contribute attachments and links. Any kind of information you can share with fellow members is not only helpful at the time, but it becomes part of the body of the site, and that makes the site more valuable and more resource rich. Now, in addition to forums, there are also some wonderful messaging options here under the options menu. So one of the first things you can do is message everybody in your group. And messaging is rich text. You have the rich text editor here. You can also attach files. Messages go to your message center. Each member in their profile has a message center. And when another member sends you a message, you receive an advice. When you receive the advice in your inbox, if you're already logged into the website, all it takes is one click and you'll be taken immediately to that message. So that's another feature of groups. You can message one another, and you can also email one another. The email that you can send to all the other members of your groups is not rich text, it's text only. But messaging is a great option, and so is reaching out through the forums. Now, if you're not a member of a group, but you still are compelled to connect with other members and discuss with groups of members, you can reach out and form connections with other members. All that takes is an invitation through the Connect with Me icon. And once people accept and become your connections, they will be listed here in your profile on your connections page. And you have the ability to categorize. I've made one of my connections a collaborator. I've made 2 colleagues. Or I can look at them all together, view all connections. And once my connections are displayed, I have the ability to message them. So if I want to select all, I can then message the selected, and you can see here I could send a message right away to these 3 connections of mine. So in addition to being able to participate in the site-wide forum in using the site-wide directory, I can actually amass connections and reach out to people from my profile. In addition to messaging from my connections page, when I'm in my messaging center, I also have some great shortcuts here to message a member. When I want to message a member, it says OK. Perhaps you'd like to search and we'll find them for you. The other thing I can do is message a connection, in which case I'm asked to select a connection to message, or message all 3 of my connections as a group using those shortcuts. So there's no end of ways to reach out and connect with other ISBR members. I hope you'll do that and start to network and reap the benefits of a collaborative online community. And I also hope you'll come back to the How To Videos page to read more and learn more about the ISBR online community.